Okay, we're at Mesa 2012. Let's talk about the Germanium compressor here a little bit. This was the third unit in the Germanium series, and again, the Germanium was one of my favorite series to work on because it was very open-ended. I got to do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to follow the history of EMI, for example. I didn't have to use any other circuits relating to that. I got to start from scratch and do exactly what I wanted. It has a lot of features, sometimes too many, and it does take a little time to get used to because of that. But I think there's a lot of new ideas, honestly, that kind of started, I think, even other companies adding other features. For example, it has a built-in parallel compression, a wet-dry control. So you don't have to patch on a console to do a subgroup with compression to mix in. You can do it right in the box just by going wet-dry. Simple, easy, fast, very effective. There are 6 knee circuits, or comp curves as we call them. So you can dial it in from a very soft knee, almost no knee, to when you go over to the Zener setting, it's a very aggressive, near limit type of setting. You can combine that with a ratio control, so you can choose your knee to start with, and then go in with the ratio and fine tune from there. So it's really, you're really able to tune in how you want, from a subtle stereo bus type of thing to a very aggressive, if you want to smash 1176 kind of on 10 kind of sound, you can do that too by going to a harder curve and turning up the ratio. This is also very effective when combined with the mix control. One of my favorite things is driving the curve and ratio very hard, and then coming in and using some of the dry signal to give that kind of parallel compression type of sound. It lets you compress a lot without it sounding over-compressed. The attack is one of the things I experimented with a lot on this unit. It's not extremely a fast attack. Like a distressor is faster than this. A distressor is a very fast unit and a great unit. My friend Dave Durr, great guy. But I wanted the attack almost to act like a threshold, so it has a really wide range. You can see it. Oh, I'm going to mess it up now. You can see it almost. We have this compressing a lot, but just watching the attack. Sorry, I turned that down too much. I screwed it all up. Can you edit that? Should I start over? You can edit. Okay. You can see how much the attack affects the threshold. It's going down to -5 when I have the attack on slow. Going up to fast, it's peaking out almost all the time. I really wanted you to be able to control how much of the signal you were letting through with the attack control. It's something I've started using a lot, especially on drums, where you want to let just enough of that hit through and then compress it afterwards to make it sound full. So something I worked on a lot, something I think people, if they're trying this unit, should experiment with, the range of control and on that. You also have the drive and feedback like you do on the other units, so you can make the tonal changes in the unit, changing the high frequency, changing the harmonic distortion, changing how full you want the unit to sound by how hard you drive the unit. It's an important part of the Germanium series and something you should experiment with. There are some things in the manual in there to get you started. It also has a sidechain filter. Like, this is what inspired me to put it on our other compressors. The Zener Limiter and the Devil have it as well. But very good at, again, letting you tune in the signal, whether you want to use it on a stereo bus or you want to smash drums really hard. This is excellent at letting you do that. And then you have an input control. There's a clean and dirty compression switch, which changes the harmonics, and then hardwire bypass. The one thing I recommend if you're going to try the Germanium out, give the sidechain a try. Definitely experiment with the compression curve, and try experimenting with the drive and the feedback. One thing I think people don't think this is for is actually stereo bus, and it's one of the things I use it most for, because you can tune in the curve and the sidechain. You can fine tune it in so well that it's very good at getting the stereo bus just to sit just right. So something I would recommend trying it with, stereo bus. So try it out, Germanium.